welcome to this explainer. Okay, let's be real for a second. Most leaders today look at AI ethics and they just see a giant regulatory roadblock, right? Like some massive compliance handbrake on their innovation. Well, they're dead wrong. Today, we're completely reframing that narrative. We are not looking at a defensive, check-the-box compliance exercise here. We are looking at an offensive, high-yield, strategic investment. Let's dive in. To really understand the stakes, you have to consider this fact. An astonishing 82 to 93% of AI projects actually fail. Just let that sink in. When organizations rush to deploy artificial intelligence without the right foundational principles, they aren't just risking a buggy product, they are risking total catastrophic failure. And we saw the devastating extreme of this with Boeing's 737 MAX. Now, while this wasn't generative AI, it is the ultimate cautionary tale for unchecked automated systems. You had flawed sensor data and automated overrides that lacked proper human fail-safes. That didn't just lead to an unimaginable human tragedy, it led to a staggering $20 billion financial loss for the company. It's absolute proof that unchecked technology is a massive corporate liability. The hidden bill of cutting corners, it is astronomical. So, to stop bleeding money on failed projects, leaders have got to abandon the old, narrow, traditional ROI formula. If you're just dividing net profit by your total investment, you are flying blind. We need to shift to an ethical AI ROI model, one that actually factors in direct financial value right alongside indirect brand impact, consumer trust, and long-term strategic innovation. Let's explore exactly how this works in practice. Pillar 1, risk mitigation. Defending the bottom line. Look, the days of the Wild West in tech are officially over. We're dealing with a growing global mesh of AI laws now, most notably the EU AI Act. This act categorizes systems based on risk and demands things like mandatory disclosure, strict human oversight for high-risk deployments, and fundamental rights impact assessments. Governing early and making compliance a core part of your system, that is your critical shield against severe, multi-million-dollar financial penalties. But the risk isn't just about regulators knocking on your door. It is deeply tied to your reputation. Whenever you're rolling out new technology, executives must constantly ask, does this actually align with our brand values, or is it going to destroy our credibility? Because unchecked, biased AI models can obliterate decades of hard-earned brand equity practically overnight. We've all seen this play out in real time. Take Microsoft's Tay chatbot. It was rapidly manipulated through coordinated user interactions into generating highly offensive content, causing immediate, massive brand damage. Or think about Mango, the fashion retailer. They faced a huge backlash over transparency after using AI-generated models that critics felt completely misrepresented their actual products. The lesson here is simple. If you aren't governing your outputs, you aren't governing your brand. But hey, AI ethics isn't just about playing defense. Pillar 2 focuses on brand trust and how we cultivate top-line growth. The hard data backs this up beautifully. IBM research found that organizations leveraging a cohesive AI ethics strategy are achieving a 13% ROI on their initiatives. Compare that to just 5.9% for companies operating without one. It's a huge difference. Consumers actively pay a premium for trust. And having ethical AI quite literally closes enterprise deals faster. The true return on investment exists precisely at the intersection of your traditional financial metrics, the specific value of your AI tools, and your governance, risk, and compliance frameworks. When those three things overlap, that is where you unlock sustainable, trusted business transformation. MasterCard is a fantastic example of this in action. They proved the value of this intersection by teaming up with Credo AI to deploy a scalable, centralized AI governance platform. By building a third-party AI vendor portal and really controlling their AI registry, they successfully balanced rapid generative AI deployment with robust risk management. They safely closed enterprise deals while strictly protecting consumer trust. It's a win-win. Finally, let's look inward. Pillar 3, operational efficiency. This is all about empowering your talent and moving fast. There is an absolute war for elite AI talent right now, and guess what? Top-tier engineers want to work on responsible tech. Data from a Society for Human Resource Management report reveals that rushed, poorly governed AI implementation actively degrades employee engagement and team morale. Think about it. If your team doesn't trust what they are building, your internal productivity plummets and your top talent is simply going to walk out the door. Conversely, when you give developers clear foundational ethical boundaries, starting right from core AI ethics, building up through responsible AI, and into broader responsible tech, they actually move much faster. They waste significantly less time second-guessing themselves or having to rework products later, which ultimately accelerates your time to market. Companies like Siemens utilize these clear frameworks to confidently deploy advanced AI-driven solutions. By integrating smart meters and advanced analytics, their systems can predict and prevent power grid overloads, balancing supply and demand in real time. Because the ethical and safety parameters were crystal clear from the start, they didn't have to stall operations for costly ethical reworks down the line.
Okay, so we've covered the why. Now let's transition to the how, the blueprint, high-yield implementation.
To transition to what our sources call a holistic return on ethics, your organization has to move beyond a single metric. You have to simultaneously measure your direct economic impacts, like revenue and cost avoidance, right alongside intangible reputational indicators, and your internal capabilities, like team knowledge and platform infrastructure. And get this, according to our sources, companies that embrace continuous AI ethics audits report exactly twice the ROI compared to those who ignore them. Let me repeat that, twice the ROI. Financial gains absolutely coexist with robust ethical considerations. So, how do you actually execute this? Here is a simple 3-step framework. Number 1, govern early. Embed API-first AI governance platforms right into your development cycle, not as an afterthought. Number 2, audit continuously. Track and certify your enterprise vendor systems against standards like the EU AI Act to monitor for bias. And number 3, monetize trust. Feature your ethical standards prominently in your sales decks to win enterprise contracts and gain a real competitive advantage. The crucial takeaway here is this: ethical guardrails are not about slowing down your innovation. It is exactly the opposite. Implementing AI ethics is about building a vehicle with brakes that are so reliable, you can safely drive faster than anyone else on the track. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one final thought. Take a hard look at your own technology roadmap and ask yourself, are your AI ethical frameworks acting merely as a frustrating compliance cost center, or are they the competitive moat driving your future growth? Honestly, the answer will likely determine your survival in the AI era. Thanks for learning with me today.